Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is MC Motorsports Broadcasting live for the Worldwide Racing League Truck Series from Martinsville Speedway. We got the round of 8 cutoff race for the Championship 4. I'm Jonathan K. Spirit. Alongside me, as always, is Michael Matta. We got ourselves a night race here at Martinsville. Practice has just under 5 minutes left. Matthew McDonald currently leading the way with a 19.31, followed by Keith Ayers and Javier Zapata. Meta, we got ourselves another race for these guys on a short track, and it's back at Martinsville where they were earlier this season. That one was kind of caution filled, but they've been racing together quite a while now, and the field is just a few trucks smaller. So I think we can expect some good racing here tonight.
Yeah, a little bit smaller field. I think this should be a good race. These guys have been able to clean it up since the last time we were racing around here, so really looking forward to this one. Got some cutoff battles and second to last race of the season.
And speaking on those cutoff battles, we have, was it one or two drivers that are already locked in, and that just leaves 2 spots left.
Yeah, I think we're going to look at Javier Zapata. I got the points up now. He's locked in. Will Moore is pretty much locked in. He's 13 points above the cut line. The points are a little bit off there, but he is 13 up. We have 13 drivers, so it would take him finishing last and some bonus points being handed out. Kevin Stanley, he's needs just a solid day, nothing crazy. Camarada only 3 points up. Really needs a good day. Charles Irwin going to be 3 points out. He's going to need to finish 3 better than Camarada, and I think the tiebreaker goes to the one with the most wins. We see Charles Irwin has 1 win, so I think he gets the tiebreaker. Keith Ayers, 9 out. 13 people here. He's going to need to just about win it. Right now, if we look at our standings, he's going to be our... Right now, for practice, he's second, so he's looking pretty good so far. Jonathan Cofield not here, and Nicholas Lamb is in a must-win situation.
Lamb does have 2 wins already on the season, so he can get it done. Jonathan Cofield has not showed up for any race in this round, so it seems as he's gone for the season. Not gonna make the fight for the championship. So that's going to leave it down to the other 7 drivers that we were just talking about. And the favorite at this point has got to be Javier Zapata now. He's the second strongest driver after, the disappearance of Tanner Coster. And then the arrival of Jonathan Cofield, they kind of swapped out. And then with Jonathan Cofield gone, Zapata's got to be one of the favorites to look at.
Yeah, I mean, Zapata's shown some really good speed, not only here at road courses, pretty much everywhere so far. The last few weeks, he's got really good momentum. I think he's definitely the one to watch, and I mean, he's locked in. I mean, no one else is locked in. I mean, there's that middle battle in those points, which is kind of close, but I mean, all it takes is one wreck here, and someone's playoff or championship run is over. Take a look at him. Only a minute left in practice.
1 minute.
Fastest right now for practice, Matt McDonald. 19:31. With playoff drivers, we got Keith Ayers, Zapata, and Stanley all within the top 5 as Irwin now jumps to P2 with a quick time. Someone who is only 3 points out needs to find some spots.
Gonna get rolling into qualifying next. See if Matt McDonald can put down another fast lap and snag the pole.
Matt McDonald, one of the drivers, not in the playoffs anymore, just looking to run the race, try and get a win himself. Take it away from some of these guys. So wait for one of them to hop on track. The first one off is going to be Charles Irwin. He's sitting on pit road. Charles Irwin running a new scheme this week. Going to be the only car on track right now. One more just pulled out. Practice, we were looking at about a 19.31 was, I think, the quickest time we saw. So we'll kind of base it off that, off the first lap. .997. Comes around to finish the second lap. Going to put down 19.84 Will Moore. Now coming around on his second lap.
Got one lap down.
Zapata did only put down one.
Put down the second.
Kevin Stanley now on his second lap. Right now our pole sitter, 1947. Comes across the line, not going to make it any better. Camerata coming across the line for his second time. Seems like a lot of drivers are putting down pretty good first laps. Now we see Ryan O'Toole out on track. This is his first lap. Coming to complete it.
See McDonald also on track, starting his first lap.
Ryan O'Toole, pretty slow first lap. Probably going to try and set a quick one here. Improve a little. Knock Irwin
to the
down.
top, Matthew McDonald, 19.37.
You knew he was going to be fast, running at 19.31. Seems like times might have slowed down a little bit, but he's still right there. See what he can do in a second.
As well. We'll see if it's any better. 3:03. Just as fast.
That's faster than he was in practice. We got Mark Cofield on his first lap.
Now, if we're looking at third and fourth to Wilmore and Camerata, they both put down 19.54s. Wilmore put a 5.40, and Camerata's was a 5.44. So very tight for those two positions.
Cofield's first lap going to be a 19.61, tied with O'Toole. Check out Keith Ayers coming across the line. He put down a P2 at the moment. See if he can make it better and try and steal that pole in the second lap.
Cofield with a 4.66 up into P3.
There seemed like he struggled getting into the power there. Everyone else on track right now, just running some practice. Might as well use the time while you got it. People who haven't come out on track yet, going to be Nicholas Lamb, Austin Mieto, and Jade Feathers. I'm surprised Nicholas Lamb hasn't come out, as he's the only one who's definitely in a must-win situation. He needs to win this thing. And as I say that, he pulls on track. Everyone else, I think, mathematically still isn't locked in or locked out. Probably one of the biggest qualifying moments for Nicholas Lamb in his iRacing. And he's going to spin it. And that was on his first lap, so that's going to take away a lap. He's going to have to set one fast lap here on his second and only lap. See if he even tries.
Wants to.
Oop. Kevin Stanley's still out on track, trying to put down a little bit of practice as he pulls it in the pit road, though. Drivers can go about 80 laps. I don't see them running 80 laps green, but I mean, who knows? Who knows? The window does open, I think, at around lap 45, so I think if we get a caution around there, we'll see everybody pull down pit road. Here comes Nicholas Lamb again. Gonna try and put down one fast lap here. It's all he's got left. In a must-win situation, he needs it.
You can definitely we've already seen it 2 or 3 times. You can get into the 19.4s with a 1 lap.
Runs a little bit wide there. It's gonna hurt a little bit. It'll work down the straightaway, but we'll see where his time lies. A little wide again. Really pushing it. Up to 5th.
And I got to do a 4.7. Identical with Kevin Stanley. It was a 4.76. Stanley is 4.75.
I mean, that's just about right on par with everyone else except Matt McDonald, who is, I mean, kind of taken away from the field there. Up almost 2/10. Or
But
a
5th
tenth and
starting
some.
position is definitely better than 12th, 13th ish.
You want to talk to our pole sitter?
Yeah, we can grab old Matt McDonald. He was our pole sitter last week as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, and while you do that, we'll go through the qualifying results. Matt McDonald in first, Keith Ayers second, Mark Cofield in third, fourth Kevin Stanley Jr., fifth Nicholas Lamb, sixth Will Moore, seventh Anthony Camerata, eighth Javier Zapata, ninth Ryan O'Toole, 10th Jeffrey Smith, 11th Charles Irwin, 12th Austin Mioto, and 13th Jade Feathers.
McDonald coming from West Mississippi Motorsports. Keep that mental note. As I try to find the right chat to send him to. Matt, Jonathan, and Michael in the booth. Got a copy? Are doing pretty good. Got another truck on pull this week. So out there looking to get a trophy. Nothing for the playoffs for you, but definitely a quick lap in comparison to everybody else. And you were in the low 3s. Next fastest was a mid 4. So I mean, you got to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, so the truck feels good. We'll see. As I say, I think the long run it's going to be a little different, and in traffic it's a little different. So this is not an easy track. So we'll see what actually kind of happens. But yeah, happy that we brought a fast truck so far, and see if we can sneak out another win, and hoping my teammates also have a good run.
Absolutely. Michael, got anything to ask before we send him back to his team?
Not much other than good luck, and hopefully talk to you after the race.
Sounds good, guys. Thank you.
That was pole sitter Matt McDonald. One more time around pacing here.
McDonald right now with a pretty big gap. Here comes Keith Ayers. Now coming up to his side. Keith Ayers, I imagine.
Green flag is out. Not
Really
a
good
launch
jump on the
there.
37.
There goes Nicholas Lamb into the inside wall.
They're going to stay green. Nope, caution's out. Take a look. Looked like tire spin was a huge problem, not only for Nicholas Lamb, but the leader also spun the tires pretty good. Take another look at this. Nicholas Lamb starting in third. Just spins the tires and goes around. Luckily, no one else was involved. Seemed like just him, and I don't see too much damage on that truck. He's just keeping it out. A little bit of left front damage there. But what that does is that puts Keith Ayer in first. Gonna take that pole away from Matt McDonald. Got a really good jump there. Charles Irwin. Oh, Charles Irwin got a little bit of right side damage on the back. Should be able to get that fixed. Not too much of a problem here at Martinsville. I don't think these guys will take their fast repair. I think it's too important to have later on in case there's some kind of pileup, but we'll see. Charles Irwin will take it. Let's see. Nope, he's going to try and get it fixed. Nicholas Lamb. Also going to try and get it fixed, but I mean, we say that, but we see the field is already catching up to them. They're going to go laps down. This being Martinsville, it's not an awful idea. Charles Irwin going to be the only one down there, but Charles Irwin was only 3 points to the good, so that's going to put Camerata in for now. See that right side pops into place. Got it mostly all fixed. See if he pulls out this time. There he goes. So only one lap down. All he needs is a caution.
Lights are off on the pace car. They'll be going green again this time by. Control car will be the 17 of Keith Ayers, with Matthew McDonald on the outside. Kevin Stanley and Mark Cofield make up the next row. Will Moore, Javier Zapata, the row behind that. They come through 3 and 4 towards the restart zone.
Keith
Green
Ayers
flags in the air and a good jump from Keith.
so good in this restart zone for Keith Ayers both times, being the leader and not the leader. 11 gonna get on his bumper.
Keith does get out in front.
Ooh, 5 throws a little bit of a block, a little bit of a stack up there.
You see Will Moore dive into the inside of Mark Cofield back there. Bounces the curb, gets into Mark just a little bit. They stay straight. Aggressive dive from the 8. Everybody stayed straight, so it didn't hurt too much.
So far.
Jeffrey Smith on the inside of Javier Zapata. We've had apologies over the radio from the 8 to the 97.
Ooh, there goes the 96 to the inside.
Let the round, and here comes Shade Feathers right in there, nowhere to go.
And the 96, it looks like, was just on the inside and just ran out of room. Take a look here at Jeffrey Smith. See what happened there. The chase view. Kind of just looked like they both came into each other. Oh, nice. It's just loose on entry. But doesn't look like any damage on either of those trucks, so they should keep going. Nicholas Lamb down pit road. Try and fix a little more of that damage. Charles Irwin, I think, is going to be our lucky dog. There he goes. He's taking time to fix that damage, go a lap down. It's going to pay off for him.
With being so early in the race, and that incident that only involved him and Nicholas Lamb going down pit road, it's kind of smart of him to be the one to stay down and go the lap down, because the caution comes out and he's the only one that's going to be a lap down.
And we see Nicholas Lamb still trying to fix some of that left front damage. Pace car is on its way. That pops back into place. I think that truck is good enough to go. He should pull out of pit road here. You can hear him getting on the gas, trying to get it started, and there he goes, pulling out of pit road. Jeffrey Smith down pit road. I think he is stuck a lap down. Gonna fuel it up. Yeah, he's a lap down, I think.
So like if there was any damage from getting hit by the 75, it wasn't enough to matter. Didn't even look that hard, so he might not have received any damage at all.
And something has happened. Yeah, something happened on under caution. I don't think we're going green yet. Let's see if we can figure out what happened real quick. Not sure what happened here. Oh, the 96 coming out of pit road. It just takes out the 7. Doesn't look like any damage.
Or something.
And we'll jump back live because you guys are about to go green. Yeah, I didn't see any damage, so it should be alright. 96 still a lap down. Keith Ayers once again our starter.
Flags in the air. Keith and McDonald with almost even restarts this time.
Yeah, not as good as the 11's going to take the outside and run with it.
He's going to get clear, and here comes Mark Cofield around the outside as well.
Keith Ayers has something wrong. Keith Ayers going down pit road. I wonder if he jumped the start or something.
I wonder if that's a black flag. Yep, there's a black flag I'm seeing for Keith Ayers.
That's going to be big. He needed to finish the race, I think. Like up near the front. He didn't need a win, I don't think. Battle for the lead. The 97 all over the back bumper of the 11. Going to give him a bump.
Keith Ayers was the one that was about 9-10-ish points out. So he's going to fall a lap down here to see the leaders go by. He's still going down pit road for a drive-through.
Keith Ayers not going to be the lucky dog either. As that's going to Jeffrey Smith at the moment. Pretty single file out. 97 still over the back bumper of the 11, giving a bump through the corner. The gap gets a little bit bigger. I was going to go on board seeing the bumping, but seem to have figured it out. That's going to stack up the 5 behind. Will Moore, Kevin Stanley, and Camerata. Top 5 kind of under a blanket, and then 6th, 7th, 8th a little further back. Keith Ayers pretty lucky to only go one lap down with the pass through. Probably because he came in from the lead. One and two starting to pull away just a little bit.
All it's going to take is, any other instance where the 8 runs wide back there, Anthony Camerata's going to slip on by.
Oh, just like that.
Forward. But any little incident, any yellow flags, they're just going to bring guys like Smith and Ayers back to the lead lap, one by one. All it takes is a lock up into somebody's rear end to bounce off the curb, be loose on entry. It's one of those tracks that you have multiple different ways to have single car spins or multi-car wrecks, and it doesn't even take that much.
Talk about the lucky dog. Thayers came back just a little bit behind the pack. He's starting to catch up to it, starting to get up to Jeffrey Smith there. We'll keep an eye on that as we see a pass happening. Charles Irwin going to the inside of 75. 75 going to let him by pretty easy, not going to battle it. Nope, he gives him a bump mid-corner, sends him up the track. The 7 should get a good run here. .75 sending it in there. Gonna run him up the track. The 96 spins to 75 and it causes a stack up behind.
Currently still green.
96,
96
sideways across the track.
Pit road.
I mean, yeah, there's the caution. I mean, right in front of the leaders. That was a really late caution. It should come out a lot earlier. But let's take a look at what happened. Saw the 75 dive it in here in this corner. The 96 just keeps going. Creates a stack up.
There was some frustration over the radio from the 96 on the fact the yellow took so long to come out.
And in that situation, there's nothing he can do, really. He's just kind of stuck there. He can't pull up because he knows the leaders are coming. He doesn't want to get in their way, and he's just stuck right there in the middle of the track. So a tough situation for him. Smith going to be 2 laps down, and that, I think Keith Ayers might have been involved in that. Charles Irwin going to bring it down pit road. Let's take a look real quick to see if he was involved, if he's going to get that lucky dog. Take a look back at Keith Ayers. We'll see if he was involved or not. It looks like he was. He's not going to get that lucky dog.
I think the drivers will at this point, unless they manually give it back to him.
O'Toole, Charles Irwin down pit road. O'Toole had a little bit of damage from that.
I did just see Keith Ayers go around.
Yep, so either that was an iRacing thing or they decided to give it to him. Keith Ayers has a lot of ground to make up, though. He needs to finish in the top 3 if he wants to have any chance at getting in. Charles Irwin coming off pit road. Ryan O'Toole coming off pit road, beat the pace car, stay on the lead lap. Not only put Jeffrey Smith, the only car any laps down, 2 laps down. As pace car pulls off, Matt McDonald going to be our restart car here. Keith Ayers now in the back. Best restarter we've had all night. We'll see how good these guys can do. The 11 waits to the end of the box to get going. Going to stack up that inside line just a little bit. Cofield on the outside going to try and make a run. As the 5 powers down on the inside. And make them side by side. And Stanley not being given much room, and there it goes. The 97 going to get spun. Oh, and Charles Irwin going to plow right into him. And something else happened up here. The 5 somehow gets turned. Take a look how this started. This one is, when the caution comes out, I mean, the 11 hits the brakes, the 5 hits the brakes, and the 8 doesn't. It just spins him out. Multiple guys coming out pit road, but let's see what the actual accident was. Charles Irwin was involved, but Stanley goes up, I think. Another angle of this. No, the 97 just kind of doesn't give him any room. We see Charles Irwin just go right in. See what they are doing down pit road. Mark Cofield down. Charles Irwin down. I think Irwin might have taken that fast repair. Nope, he's still running around with that. That truck's still damaged on the right front. Not too important here. Kevin Stanley Jr. down pit road. Still on pit road. Put tires on it. Try and fix a little bit of the damage he's got. A little bit on that back of the car. One more hit in the back of Kevin Stanley, pretty good. Don't see any damage on the front of that car. It's going to be our P2 starter on the outside. His car pulls off. Levinar starter. The 8's gonna spin the tires. Gonna be able to stay right with him though. Gonna fall right in line. Camerata has something to say about it though. As the 37 goes around. Stacks with the field. Still green though. There's the caution. Nicholas Slam, I mean, he got turned by the 24. See if that's just another case of not enough room given or someone came up. Slam drives it into the corner, and I mean, 24 just comes right up on him, trying to get back in the gas, and they throw the caution here. Back live with our leaders. Charles Irwin down pit road, gonna have to fix even more damage, I think. These guys, I think they can pit around lap 45 to make it to the end. So we're gonna see anybody come down pit road. Nope. Maybe some of the back guys. No one in the back, just Charles Irwin. Jeffrey Smith going to be back on the lead lap. Charles Irwin still on pit road, going to go a lap down. He's going to be the only car a lap down. Probably going to try and fix as much of that as he can, knowing that there will probably be another caution. As Jonathan Casebeer had to step out for a few minutes, he should be back. These guys are going to double up, come back to another restart. 40 laps into this 125 lap race. Pretty short race. If this goes green, I think it's somewhere around 20-second laps. Only be about a half-an-hour race, I think, if this were to run completely green. Pretty short, but it's Martinsville, so that's not going to happen. Charles Irwin off pit road, try and catch the back of the field here. Jeffrey Smith also trying to catch the back of the field as Matt McDonald going to lead us down a front stretch into the restart zone. Going to wait to the end of the box. The 8 spins of tires. This is going to give the 11 a huge advantage and clear into turn 1. Look further back with a 2x2. And there goes the 15 around by the 5. Big damage. I'd like to be, I believe, 3 wide there. Take a look at what happens. O'Toole up top. And the 5 drives right into the back of him. Bring out another caution on the night. Our 6th caution. And that is exactly what Charles Irwin wanted to see. Should put him back on the lead lap. Kevin Stanley Jr. bringing it down pit road. These guys can make it on fuel from here. Nicholas Lamb down pit road. Jeffrey Smith. Something to watch is going to be Kevin Stanley Jr. If he pits here, fills it up, puts tires on it, and that's the last pit stop he makes on the day, he will cycle to the lead when everyone else has to pit. Although with this amount of caution, some of these guys might just be able to make it to the end. I think that's what we saw last time here with Tanner Coster just staying out the whole race, saving under caution and making it right to the end. Kevin Stanley going to try and get some of the damage done. I don't think he'll lose a lap here. There he goes off pit road. Charles Irwin back on the lead lap. Jeffrey Smith down pit road, also on the lead lap. Ryan O'Toole will get his lap back here. Gonna pass the pace car when we get 1 to go. He's able to keep that lap. I think. Get his lap back. Jeffrey Smith's going to bring it down pit road again. Going to try and fix as much of it as he can. Probably fill up for fuel. Not that he needs it anymore. I think he's already done that. But still a little bit of right front damage on there. Going to try and fix as much of it as he can. His field goes 1 to go. Smith pulling into his box. He's not going to make this restart, I don't think, but pull off pit road as the leaders get to the start zone. 11, once again our restarter. He's waited till the end. He does it again. The 8's going to spin the tires again on the outside just like last time. 71 gets to the inside of the 8. Look back at the battles going on clean through turn 1. The camera going to fall in line. A little further back. Ooh, the 97 gets a bump from the 37 to keep it rolling, but the caution's going to come out. See what happened there again. Take another look. I think Mark Hofield gets some help from behind. And I think 37 was just there. 97 came down just a little bit too early. And that's just Martinsville. And when I call more of a racing incident than a real back and forth on fault. Charles Irwin going to bring it down pit road again. Going to try and fix as much of that truck as he can. See the 15 there, take his fast repair. Charles Irwin going to take some tires, going to try and make something happen. Taking a look at points here. So we got time. Wilmore really doesn't need anything special out of the day, just kind of needs to finish the race, but he's running up there in P2. He'd love to win it. Kevin Stanley Jr. right now running in 9th. Might be good enough for him to sneak his way in. Anthony Camerata 3 points up, running in 3rd. That'll keep him in. Charles Irwin -3. He needs to finish 3 points above Anthony Camerata. Right now, it's not happening. Keith Ayres 9 back. Keith Ayres right now in 6th. He's going to need a little bit more, I think. Well, he's going to get by Charles Irwin right now. Anthony Camerata, though, running good, going to hurt his chances. Nicholas Lamb does need that win. Jonathan Cofield, obviously, out on the night. Right now, as it runs, I think it's going to stay exactly how it is. Stanley might be out of it at the moment and might put... no. I think it's a really close battle right now with Keith Ayres and Kevin Stanley Jr. on that cut line, how they run. But enough points talk. Still got a race to run to figure it out. 75 laps to go. Matt McDonald, once again our starter, has been really good getting that jump on the 8. We see the 8 again spin the tires. Gonna give the 11 another clean entry into 1. On his outside still a little bit. See Camerata fall in the line, the 75 fall in the line, and behind the battle start. Keith Ayres behind, gonna let the 37 by as a crash happens behind. The 5 into the wall really hard. The green stays out. They stay racing. Slam trying to make that outside work. Got around the 17 doing it. 17 is going to fight back now. Not going to give up that position that easy. Going to let him by, though. As I say, they're going to slide up the track, push that entry. And that 75 gets turned hard into the wall. 75 with massive front end damage. See exactly what happened there. As out for our 7th or 8th caution. Do a chase cam here. Oh, a little bit of net code, but 37 inside, a little bit more speed, and just gets into the back bumper of the 75, sending him into the wall. I think we'll see a little bit more from pit stops here if these guys think they even need fuel at this point. See a lot of front end damage for the 75. Kevin Stanley Jr. was also part of that. We'll see if these guys come down pit road at all. Nobody really coming down, maybe 1 or 2 Jeffrey Smith. Let's see what happened if we can find what happened to the 5. Kevin Stanley Jr. there. I believe it happened somewhere around here. He just sends it in and gets loose. I mean, just sends it a bit too hard. Look on board, just gets in the brakes, the rear end steps out, and just along for the ride. Doesn't seem like it was too bad. Take a look, he's still on pit road. Gonna be on pit road still, trying to fix that damage. Jeffrey Smith also on pit road. Jade Feathers, I mean, still on pit road. He's surprised he didn't use the fast repair after that one. That looked like a really hard hit. Gonna go a lap down. Kevin Stanley Jr. looks like he might do the same thing. Might go a lap down, trying to get it fixed. As that's what's gonna happen. Oh no, he's gonna pull out. I don't know if he'll beat the pace car. Yes, he will. Gonna stay on the lead lap. Really well timed there for him. Be our only lap down car of Jade Feather still on pit road. A lot of damage to fix there, out of the playoffs, so we're just going to try and get most of that fixed, try and just run all the laps. And still up front, Matt McDonald, Will Moore, Anthony Camerata, that top 3. Been like that for a while since Keith Ayres has fallen back, all the way back up to 4th though. Saw him be really fast at the beginning, really good on these restarts. See if he has something for Will Moore here. Will Moore's been spinning those tires. We'll take a ride on board with Keith Ayres on this restart to get a view of if the 8's going to spin those tires. see what it's like from second place, or second row.
Before we go green here, I have returned. I'll apologize for my recent absence.
He's back.
Head down into the restart zone on board with Keith Ayers outside of row 2. Green flag's in the air. Matthew McDonald with a great start.
You can just see Will Moore cannot get going, and that's happening every single time.
The 8 super wide back there.
Charles Irwin making a run now.
Gonna put Anthony Camarada into second. Nicholas Lamb in that must-win position is P3.
You see how much
right on the bumper.
See how much that really hurt Keith Ayers and Will Moore. They started in that second row, 3rd and 4th, and now all the way back into 6th and 7th. Side-by-side battle here. Zapata gonna let the 5 go. Charles Irwin back with an 8 hard in the wall.
Mark Cofield, Littleland, and Lamb. They're going to get together.
They keep it straight. They're going to be really slow. The 7's going to have a big run with nowhere to go. The 17 has to go wide. And that's going to put a huge gap on those leaders. Oh, the 7 saves it.
Yeah, what happened back there was the 97 on the straightaway barely touched the left rear of the 37. That kind of sent him towards the inside wall where he then hopped the curb back up into the door.
96 sent it, and he's going to get loose. Yep. You can see how hard he sent it in. And
look at Javier Zapata avoiding the worst of that.
And you can just see that one starting to happen. You can see how far Jeffrey Smith sent it into the corner. You can see it from way far back. Take another look here. Jeffrey Smith, I mean, sends it in there. The rear comes out from below him, and 8 gets a little bit of damage, and I think that's all that was included in that one.
Right on board with the 24.
Jump live real quick. Nicholas Lamb going to come down pit road. Will Moore down pit road, well within that pit window. Who do we want to take a look on board with?
Javier Zapata in the 24. He avoided, you know, the way he squeaked around at the last minute there. From back here, you can kind of see sideways.
Makes a choice to go to the outside. Really
brake hard enough and wheel it around the 24 while also not left hooking the 8. Really impressive driving there from our current points leader.
Nicholas Lamb. Will Moore making their way off pit road. Will Moore looks like he has all his damage fixed. Jade Feather is starting to get some of that damage fixed. Back on the lead lap. His front end still doesn't look great. Don't know if you were watching with us, but did get off the corner with a little bit of contact from the 37 and went hard into the inside wall where that front end damage came from.
Stepped away a little bit, but I was still in front of my screens, and I did get to see those incidents. That was some heavy contact off of turn 4 for that 75.
You know, last time we were talking about it, Jeffrey Smith back down pit road once again. He's been doing that every time, coming down every other time. But I mean, Keith Ayers, I mean, the biggest loser on that restart, I mean, got stuck behind the 8 who just can't get the power down in these restarts and hurts whatever lane he's in. That time it was really noticeable as we took a ride on board. And it's going to put Keith Ayers, I mean, I think is the fastest truck here tonight. And he's driven his way up through the field that last time, and now see what he can do from 6th, but definitely one to keep an eye on. But Matt McDonald, I mean, has been leading most of this race, and he's going to be hard to pass with Anthony Camarada now on his outside. See what he can do.
A couple of the guys that are not exactly dominant.
Oh, the 71 spun his tires.
Bunch
of guys spinning the tires back there.
Camarada's falling all the way back, about P4. Cofield takes P2. Charles Irwin up into third.
Mioto goes around. See how this one happened.
Got an apology from the 15 to the 16 over the radio because he got into the curb and bounced up.
See, the 15's way back here. Drives it on the curb and it comes up. 16 came down just a little bit, but mostly on the 15 there. As
really
we have
good
pit
break
stops.
in 75.
Keith Ayres down pit road. Put some fuel in it, I imagine. Maybe some tires. Seen he's been pretty good speed-wise, so see if he can do anything with some new tires. Austin Mioto obviously down. Jade Feather's going to try and finish up that damage, and Jeffrey Smith. He's going to get the award tonight for most dimes down pit road. If he gets a speeding penalty at all tonight, he's doing something wrong because he has the most practice down there on pit road.
Exact number, but do you have the number of times he's been down compared to?
I mean, he's got to have
Field?
gone down every single time, and he's gone down twice. And we're on the 10th caution. He's got to have gone down about 20 times at least. It says 8, but I don't think that's right. I think he's come down, like, more than that. Charles Irwin now up to third. Got by Camerata. I think some of the two fastest trucks of the day are Charles Irwin and Keith Ayres. I mean, two trucks who need to have a good night. Just keep getting caught up in stuff. Matt McDonald obviously fast, but hasn't really had any competition. Keith Ayres was really good competition for him up there, but with that black flag, had to cycle to the back and still hasn't completely recovered yet. Charles Irwin included in a couple of wrecks. He's found his way back up to the front. Jade Feathers still down a lap after that. I think he got all of that damage repaired, as we see. Yep, all that damage was repaired. As the pace car pulls off. A really good jump. Nobody really spinning the tires, but the 11 gets a good jump there. Gonna be single file down into the corner. 2x2 back. Just a couple guys hitting the wall off the corner. Back up front. That McDonald up by 4/10. They're 3 wide back there. Nicholas Lamb. Keith Ayres on the inside. Ooh, Keith Ayres hit that curb, slides up the track into the 37. Gonna get away with it though. Got Will Moore battle on the inside of Ryan O'Toole. Yellow's out. Someone is around. Looks like Mioto gonna be back around. See what happened there. Just another case of a driver getting loose. On corner exit. Gonna put Jade Feathers back on the lead lap, I believe. If he didn't hit him. Javier Zapata down pit road. Jeffrey Smith once again down pit road. Was saying last time our winner here, I think, didn't come down pit road at all, and Matt McDonald not down pit road at all. Will Moore or Anthony Camerata not down. Those are the two trucks that haven't come down. Javier Zapata was one of them, but this time by is going to change that. Imagine he'll fill up fuel, put tires on it, and get rolling. Jade Feather's going to be back on the lead lap. See tires going on the Javier Zapata Chevrolet truck. Out of pit road, he's going to be P12. Should be P11 once Jade Feather cycles to the back for Lucky Dog. Charles Irwin made another spot there on that restart. Going to be P2, the outside of Matt McDonald. Keith Ayers lost a couple spots. So far, our biggest mover of the night is Charles Irwin. We were saying if we look at points, he needed 3 points over Camerata, and he's got that right now. So right now, he is in, and Camerata is out. Kevin Stanley Jr. up there in 4th. He's 5 points in, so he's good. Keith Ayers 9 points out. He's further back. He is out at the moment. Nicholas Lamb obviously needs that win. But as it runs right now, I think we're looking at, if it finished right now, we'd have Camerata out and Charles Irwin in. As the field stacks up down the back straightaway, going to be going green for 50 laps just about left in this race. About halfway through. A little bit past halfway through, actually. Matt McDonald going to lead us into the restart zone. It's been really good. He gets a really good jump. So does the 7, spins the tires just a little bit. The 17 hard into the wall back there. Keith Ayers going to keep rolling, though. A little more off pace up top. Gonna get blocked by the 15. Keith Ayers has a lot of damage back there.
Down to the inside of the 15. 15 hard to the wall.
See Jade Feathers off speed back there. Go back to this battle for the lead, starting to heat up. Charles Irwin looking to the inside.
Rush off at 2. Very light tap.
Charles Irwin right now looks a little bit quicker than Matt McDonald. Jeffrey Smith back down pit road. Nope.
You gotta wonder if any of the speed advantage Irwin might have could be tires.
Yeah, I mean, the 11 hasn't been down pit road.
Yeah, McDonald's on original tires. Irwin's been down a few times. Not exactly sure how many sets of tires he's taken, but there's got to be at least one at some point.
So we can get to his bumper.
Really leave a better grip through the corners. We got 96 cutting curves back there.
Yeah, he's a lap down, just trying to get out of the way, I think.
Over the radio, I'm hearing Jeffrey Smith can't see something to do with VR. Kind of missed what was being said back there.
See, he has pulled it off up to the top.
Just trying to keep from hitting anybody or bringing out any yellow flags.
Will Moore look to the inside of Javier Zapata. Mioto again. That is, I think, 3 cautions in a row. Mioto's been involved in something. Let's take a look. No, and he gets... Not sure if he was dumped or what happened. Take a look.
Might have been wide off the corner.
Chase
off the wall and across Keith's nose, maybe.
Well, 96 was way wide. They're very clear there. Oh, he just gets loose off the corner, and nowhere for the 17 to go. Anthony Camerata finally making his stop down pit road. Matt McDonald now the only truck not down, and
you gotta wonder with all these yellows, just how far can they go?
I mean, they could go about 80 laps. So I mean, they would have had to pit here if this was green. There's been 12 cautions. Say they're about 3 laps each. I mean, you're saving quite a bit of fuel if you're saving. Let's go on board with Matt McDonald. See what he's doing. He's not shutting it off.
No, but that drop to 2,000 RPMs is definitely clutch in.
Yeah, you see him get right up.
Drops the clutch. You see the RPMs on the dash. They'll go back down to right around 2,000. That's about idle.
So he's saving fuel, and we do know that these guys can make this full race distance if there's enough cautions. It happened last time. So Matt McDonald right now, I think he wants to keep seeing these cautions at least another 3-4 times before I think he'll feel confident. They could only go about 83 laps. They're past that by 3 laps, but 12 cautions. I mean, you're looking at probably upwards of half this run on their caution. And if you can just save a third of that, give yourself a third of those laps back, I think you'll be able to make it. Keith Ayers still down pit road though. And that heavy contact with that outside wall. See, right front still has some damage. Gonna pull off pit road, stay on that lead lap. And I think if Charles Irwin can have a good restart and stay side by side with 11, he'll have something for him. I don't know if that outside line is there yet, but I think if there's a fight to be had, that's it.
Get again down into the restart zone. The 11 in control. I'm going to get that start as good as always. 7 didn't have a bad start there, but the 11 had such a good jump that he pulled out in front.
Side by side. 7 not going to be able to clear low. 97 going to have to give room.
We're side by side for second.
Oh, 7 hits the wall. Somebody's around in the back. Once again, Austin Mioto. 4th caution in a row. I think he's been involved. Not having a good night at all. And the 96 just washes up the track and leans him out. And that is exactly what this guy wants to see of Matt McDonald saving fuel. Only truck not to pit yet. Someone else. Well, he'll definitely be good. Mark Cofield, the only one who was kind of close to that pit in lap 31. He's definitely good with all these cautions. The 11 looking, not going to bring it down. I think he's committed. I think he's committed to staying out. He's got nothing to lose. He's here to win.
The danger that's been the mid to back pack. I don't see him wanting to go join that group of trucks.
No, and I mean, we saw it. Keith Ayers was quick, got stuck behind the 8 on that one restart, and now he's just stuck in the back of the pack, kind of in everything now. And I think that's what Matt McDonald's trying to avoid at really all costs. Charles Irwin really the only one who's been able to get back up through the field. People who got 5th on back. Javier Zapata, though, starting to make his way up. Came down and took some tires a couple cautions ago, so someone else watching. Camerata now back in 9th place. I mean, did take those tires, but we're running out of laps. Back and look at these points again real quick.
My 3 that I would like to see win tonight. I mean, the 11's doing a real good job staying. You know, when the run does get a little longer, he stays in front, gets the good jumps. He's running the long no pit strategy, and I like that. I am a big fan of the must-win situation, getting that win. Nicholas Lamb in 5th. And then I always do like to see the 71 at Camerata running up front. It'd be really nice to see him get a win as well.
Yeah, that they get into the restart zone.
Green flag, green flag.
Good start from the 97 on the outside. 7 has the inside lane here. It did beat out that outside line last time. 7 with a really good run. He might have a run to the inside. Not quite. Slide up the track.
7 almost into the Mark Cofield.
It's going to drift back a little bit. Going to lose it to Nicholas Lamb, our must-win driver.
Lamb up 2 spots into P3 off this restart.
See, he still has a little bit of that rear end damage on Nicholas Lamb as he gets loose.
Oh, and around he goes. The 8 around barely avoids. Looks like no contact at all.
I think he did that earlier. Just you push too hard into these corners. The rear tires just start to spin a little bit, and there's nothing you can do, and that's going to put him all the way back in the back with only 30 laps to go. It's going to be tough for him to get back up there and get that win.
For a moment there, I thought the 8 was about to become a pancake into the wall as the 11 fakes going down pit road.
Take a look on board with Will Moore. '37 pushes a little too deep into the corner. He has to just go up the track. Just misses 37's rear end.
For Smith getting our lucky dog. Gonna be back on the lead lap. We're down to about 30 to go here.
Jade Feathers back down pit road. Don't think he has any damage to fix. Might take his last set of tires. I don't know how many these teams got, but trying anything. Throwing the fan at it.
I think they had 4 sets. Is that 3 on the wall? I think it says 4.
Yes, 3 on the wall, 4 in total. Charles Irwin right now, more than 3 spots above Camerata, so Camerata right now is out. That is the big talking point of the night. Keith Ayers further back in the pack, he's going to be out. Stanley, I think, is in a really good position, so right now it really is only that Anthony Camerata, Charles Irwin battle that we got to pay attention to. Charles Irwin doing a good job, just needs to stay right where he is and hope Anthony Camerata stays back there, and Camerata needs to hope for a mistake coming from that Charles Irwin car. Green flag is out. The 11 gets a really good jump. Going to clear the 7. Tries to follow him. Not quite there all the way. Gonna stay side by side through the first corner. Going to clear the 97 almost. Has a nose ahead. 97 gets run a little bit wide.
Okay. 5
Oh,
into the
behind
8.
the 8 gets around. And a big one happens behind him. No, actually, they kind of stayed out of it. Should have been a big one. I believe that was Jeffrey Smith. No, Ryan O'Toole. Let's see what happens this time.
Sometimes.
It says it started with the 37.
No, it was the 8.
That was the last one.
I think the 8 got rear-ended a little bit. Got sideways.
This one doesn't come up as a wreck. Why? Yeah, the 8 comes down into the 5. 5 just has way better momentum, and then just a stack up back there. See what happens further back here. Camerata gonna be involved, get a little bit of damage. Hold on to track position though. .15th, caution on the night, 24 laps to go. Matt McDonald still hasn't made that pit stop, and I don't think he's going to have to at this point. The amount of cautions we've had, 15 cautions. And Charles Irwin, I don't think he's safe where he is. Camerata is a really good driver, someone we can see make some passes here. He just needs to get a couple more spots get up next to Irwin and pass him in points, but he can't pass him in points if Irwin has the lead, so I imagine that's what Irwin is trying to do, trying to just get that lead and take it away from Matt McDonald. Going to try everything he can do, because that'll lock him in.
Race cars down pit road, going back green this time. As every restart before, besides I think the first restart after the lap 1 wreck. The 11 is in control, 7 on the outside.
Green flag, green flag.
Really good start from him. Going to clear both lanes. Seven has been really good through mid-corner. Going to hit the wall. That's where that 7 has been really good. Watch him through mid-corner. He'll be able to gain so much. Loses it there. Going to get into the wall.
Way too wide on exit, brings us Mark Cofield to the back end of the 11.
Ooh, the 5 and 24 almost make contact there. Camerata right on the back bumper now of the 7. 71 is in. And where Camerata sits, if he stays 4th, that'll mean that Irwin has to win this race. Ooh, and back there, the 71 gets hooked, 17 gets hooked into the wall. See how this happened. See the 15 really wide. And a little bit of net code. Enough room was given. 15 was out there. 17 just not really anywhere to go with him being slow. And I don't know how Anthony Camerata got so far up the field right there. But with him sitting 4th, that's going to put him in.
While we're under yellow, I want to throw some NASCAR fact at you. Since the debut of the next-gen car, there have been 48 total detached wheels. So that's about 3.25 seasons. From 94 to 2021, there were 45 detached wheels, which was about 28 seasons. So for cars keeping their wheels attached, it's not been the hottest for the next-gen car.
Thank you. Thank you for that stat.
Yeah, single lug does not appear like it's been the way to go.
You know, I love when I'm at a race and there's the idea that like a wheel can come off, go flying into the crowd. Favorite part about being at a race.
Your chances have been significantly increased over the last 3.5 years. The odds of that happening were almost nothing from 94 to 21, and then they brought this single lug next gen car out. And you just might, you know, you either leave with a concussion or maybe a souvenir.
I think it'd be more than a concussion. I think you'd be leaving without a head at that point.
Depends on which way it hits you. They should think about tethers like them Indy cars, and even then they still go flying sometimes. Land right on the hood of your Chevy Cruze in the parking lot.
Hey, that guy got a new one.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't a negative for him. I mean, he might be paying more monthly on car insurance now because he's got a newer car.
Well, thank you for that fun fact as we get going with 15 to go with the line. Matt McDonald's still in the lead. And a playoff battle happening in 6th and 2nd and 3rd. That's where we're going to watch. 71 doesn't get a good jump.
Inside the 97.
Watch the 71. He's the battle right now. He's falling back. He's 3 points back. He's 4 points back now. That's going to put him out as Charles Irwin getting in with it with the 97. That's 75.
Immediate claim over the radio. Looked like it was a 16 claim default immediately. It was either the 16 or the 15. I didn't quite catch it.
Look. '16 sends it in. Just clips the back end of the 75, and once again, 17 of Keith Ayers just getting collected on everything. And that was a very monumental restart in subsequent lap, because Charles Irwin right now, P2 behind Matt McDonald, and Anthony Camerata fell about 4 spots there, all the way back to 6th. And that now is going to put him back out of the championship 4. So this battle, they're just not giving up. Going to be about 10 to go when they get going, and Camerata's got some ground to make up. But if he can make up that ground, so can our must-win driver of Nicholas Lamb in 5th. He's in a must-win situation.
What was the number again? How many spots within Irwin does Camerata have to be?
3, and I think they're 3 points away from each other. So I think if Camerata is 3 positions back, it'll be a tie. But I think tiebreaker goes to the 7, who has 1 win. So he'll need 4 spots.
So Camerata is going to want to be within.
He's going to need to
2.
No, it's the other way
by a
around.
point.
Irwin is 4 back, so he needs to be 4 points up. But with the tiebreaker, he only needs 3. So running
if he
second.
If he finishes second, Camerata's in 5th. He gets it.
Yeah.
At their worst.
Camerata's got to finish 4th, I believe. Let me double check these points. Yeah, Irwin is out by 5 or 3. And I believe the tiebreaker goes to the person with the most wins, and that is the 7 with 1. Camerata winless so far. Unless they do it by best average finish in the round, but that I'm not too sure of, so I don't want to say for sure that that's the tiebreaker. So we'll go with 3 points. Camerata's got to finish 5th to be the tie, as long as Irwin stays in 2nd. But we can't forget about Nicholas Lamb there in 5th, 3rd on the bottom, in a must-win situation. As we come back around to the line, gonna have 9 to go.
Green flag, green flag.
7 with a really good jump on the outside. Gonna have a good run, nowhere to go with it. .71 back there, starting to fall back.
Either driver, Lamb or Camerata,
Oh,
don't want to give an inch.
The
'cause they
7
both
fell
need
back.
5.
3 points separates those drivers, a tie right now. The 96 gonna spin the 71.
Ooh, multiple cars around back there. 2 separate incidents.
And it looked like that was just trying to avoid everything. And Camerata now in the back. That is gonna, I think, just about end his championship hopes. Take a look at what happens here. I mean, the 96 just goes in there. See, there was movement on either side. Yeah, 96 goes up a little bit. Zapata got involved in it somehow. I think just trying to slow down. Yeah, 16 gets into him. 24 is already slowing down. 16 can't see that yet. But jump back live. Gonna be going green with about only 4 to go, so just about a natural green, white checkered. And Anthony Camerata is going to be dead last on the field. Zapata gonna pit. You know, look at these points. Javier Zapata locked in. Will Moore, 10 points up. He's locked in right now, I think. Kevin Stanley Jr. 5 points up in 4th place. He should be good to go. Camerata in the back, going to be out. Charles Irwin up in 3rd, should be in. Keith Ayers finding himself near the back is going to be out as well. So I think the only flip from this points graphic is going to be Charles Irwin and Anthony Camerata being flipped right here. Unless a miracle happens or we see the 7 go around and go to the back and Camerata gain a few spots. I think that's really the only scenario that gets him back in it. I don't think we'll see Camerata drive through the field with 4 to go as they cross the line and probably 3 to go once we go green. So a natural green-white checkered here.
The thing we could see, he's not the closest to the front, but he's not far back. That must win Nicholas Lamb is the 3rd car on the inside, P5. If he just somehow gets up there, I mean, I wouldn't put it past him to put a bumper to the 11 if he gets there, because he's got to do what he's got to do.
Yeah, and I mean, I probably would too. The 11's not in it, and 37 in the playoffs, so we get to the restart zone. The 97 on the outside spins the tires, going to open up the door for the 7 on the bottom. 7 has to be careful, though, not really racing for much at the moment. It's the 75 in the back. Into the wall, going to keep rolling.
What's the 5?
5 in the wall. See how this one happened. That's going to put us into a green-white checkered here. Let's see what happens. The 96 in the picture again. But the 8 gonna send it in there. The 5 come down just a little bit, and I imagine that's the case of the 5 not knowing the 8 was gonna send it, and he just came down into him. And Kevin Stanley Jr., we look at points. That's gonna be huge. He was 5 points up. This might put Camerata and Irwin in. This is going to be really close for this battle on the line, as we see Kevin Stanley was up 5 points, Camerata up 3 points. And right now, I really think if Camerata can gain a point or two, that's going to put Kevin Stanley out and Irwin and Camerata in. Stanley coming down pit road. If he has a set of tires, yeah, he's going to put them on. He needs to gain positions here on this restart, no matter what. It's like, I get the tires on, I'm going to roll back out, but I'm Camerata in this position. I'm moving whoever's in front of me to gain 1 spot if I'm starting on that bottom line, and it looks like he is. If you can move him without spinning him, I think he's going to have to move him for that 1 position. Might have to move Mioto and
Driver of the 5 not happy over the radio.
yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't think he knows about the points battle right now, unless he's watching us, but that's going to put him out at the moment, and Camerata and Charles Irwin in. As we get 1 to go signal here. Our first green-white checkered of the night. These guys get 3, I think, if I'm correct. Oh, the 5 gets into the back of the 75. I think I'm going to focus here.
Outside of row 2 with that Musquin and Nicholas Lamb. Inside of row 2, Charles Irwin in the 7.
Stay on here with the 71. I think this is the most important battle right here. See this backside of the pack. The 5 is going to go out wide. Going to try and get a run. Going to go to the inside. He's invisible. Doesn't have anywhere to go. 5 trying to make it through the field.
Send it to
Spin up in front.
Lamb goes around.
Lamb goes around.
Collects the 75 and what looked like the 24 a little bit. Yellow flag's not out. White flag's in the air. They made it to the white flag.
Anthony Camerata right behind the 5. He's got to go somewhere right now. The 71 has it on points.
They
They come around the 71 turns.
ships them.
And the 71's got to get going. The
Anthony
10 comes
McDonald
by.
gonna win the race. Charles Irwin, Mark Cofield, top 3.
But I think that's going to put Camerata's going to be in 10th. Stanley's going to be 3 points ahead of him. Irwin going to finish 2nd. I mean, points are going to be really close here. We'll go back and take another look at that last lap for the lead. Kind of a lot happening there. I think this is the last lap.
Anthony McDonald from pole to victory lane, no pit stops. All them yellow flags, able to save enough gas.
And it looks like he has plenty to keep doing burnouts, so had plenty of fuel. Charles Irwin going to move on. I think what we got for points is going to be Javier Zapata, Will Moore. And that battle for
Charles
Kevin
Irwin.
Stanley and Camerata is going to be close with that spin at the end.
Yeah, both Charles Irwin and Matt McDonald are West Mississippi Motorsports drivers, so they're both got some burnouts in there on the front stretch.
So I think, wait a minute, Will Moore finished 12th. He was 13 points back. Oh man, I don't know what bonus points are given out.
Points have gotten tight.
Yeah, this is gonna be about a 5-point spread on this cut line for like 3 drivers. I think for sure.
Up in P2, Will Moore back to 12th. Camerata slipped in at 10th. Kevin Stanley was 7th. All the drivers that were, nobody was locked in except Zapata, who, didn't do anything special tonight. Started 8th, finished 9th. Which takes, championship weekend next week.
Yeah, and I think what we got is going to be, we know 2 of them. We know it's going to be Zapata, and we know it's going to be Irwin with that 2nd place finish. I think that secured it for him. But the question is it going to be Camerata or is it going to be Stanley? Will Moore is going to be in by a point or 2. But we want to grab our...
See if I can get any... We
top
can
3.
try and do some...
Wait
try and
for
do
them to
some
get their
predictions
points.
here. So, Charles Irwin just earned himself 35 points. Ayers earned 31. So let's see what we got. So Irwin goes from 668. So Charles Irwin goes to 703. And then Keith Ayers goes to 693. Stanley goes to 706. More 25 gets 706. Camerata 27 690. So I think we're looking at Zapata, Irwin, Ayers,
And Moore?
and Moore.
All right.
By those numbers. Not in that order. But I think I had 706 on Moore and Ayers. Something like that. 703 was Irwin. So yeah, it should be Zapata, Moore, Ayers, and Irwin if if I'm correct. I can't say that I am.
Well,
So while we work on getting our, we want to ping our top 3.
Do y'all need help with the points?
yeah, we're trying to figure it out a little bit. I think we kind of got it down.
I think it's Hav, Dash, me, and Will. I think. No, Will finished. Ooh.
Will finished in the
Am I?
back. Yeah, it's close.
I know he was 8 points just by looking at it.
We're gonna have a slightly less professional post race show as we get points tallied up here, but
Hey, I
we're
want
all
to figure out
good.
points.
Who cares? So,
Sure, everyone else does too.
Moore goes from 681. He gained 25. So he goes to 706. Stanley goes from 676 up
So,
30
Dash. Marty the only one that led, I
to
think,
706.
and qualified on Poe.
I know Ayers led a lap. I think he got a lap led.
Anthony
Oh.
goes from 671.
35 for 34,
27.
33 for Jeff, 32, 31 for
41.
Keith, and if he led a lap, 32, 30 for me. Tony was 5 behind me. There. Will was,
So
here, look.
698.
I'll just do them now. Want me to?
Hey, might as well.
Just for playoff rivals.
I mean, I'm basically already down the list a little ways.
Yeah.
So 35 on top of 668. 703. Ayers goes from 662 to add 31.
Where did my book go?
690.
I don't think I saved it.
And then what were bonus points? Is it just 1 for leading any lap?
Leading lap 5 for most laps, which Marty. And then Poe, which is
Yeah,
Marty,
so
and then fastest lap.
fastest lap is awesome. So none of that matters for him. So Irwin led none, so he doesn't get any.
URLs.
Ayers led 12, so he gets an extra point, right?
Yeah, he gets a point.
And then nothing from Anthony or anybody else. So the numbers I'm seeing give us Javier Zapata was locked in, so I didn't do his math.
Yeah,
He's locked in. And then we have 706 points out of Will Moore and Kevin Stanley. And then 703 out of Irwin, 698 out of Camarada, 694 out of Ayers. So that gives us Zapata, Moore, Stanley, Irwin.
Yeah, that's what I think it is.
All right.
The officially unofficial Final Four.
It'll be official in about a few minutes.
Well, do we want to do some interviews now?
Might as well. And I mean, we got one in here, one of the Final Four drivers. We'll just start the way we got. Kevin, congratulations, Final Four.
Yeah.
Where is the Final Four at? Is it at Phoenix?
Phoenix.
Phoenix. You like Phoenix?
Yeah, I'm pretty decent though.
Right. You think you got a chance? I mean, our class of the field, Jonathan Cofield, is missing in action, and I mean, it opens the door for really anybody to win it, I think.
I mean, if it's like tonight, who knows who has a chance? Bumper calls, am I right?
I mean, it's Martinsville. I don't think I've ever seen a race run more than 20 laps green here.
I want to apologize for Toph. That's like the only incident I felt bad about. I still got to look back at mine marks. I don't know what happened. I thought I was underneath him. I was right there at the apron. Couldn't really go any more low.
To be honest,
Will when he came down.
there was too many to remember.
Definitely. Well, it was definitely an exciting race. Just watching the battles unfold. That I don't know how many people were aware of their situation. I don't know if Anthony was aware of what he needed or Irwin.
I think he was on that last
Yeah,
lap.
I think he was.
My
Yeah.
FM feels.
It kind of looked like it. Kind of looked like he knew. But I'm sure Lamb knew it was must win
And once
for
I got
him, but he
that
didn't do
back,
anything too crazy.
my mindset went to, yeah, I got to kind of be aggressive. I gave Hobb a bump on the restart. But didn't wreck him.
Well, we'll say one more time. Congratulations on the Final Four, advancing to the Final Four. We'll definitely see how that plays out next week. You got speed in that truck. When things aren't bouncing off every wall and fender and curb that in existence.
And it looked like
That's fine.
you got your internet fixed.
I think it's when someone's on the TV in the living room and no one was on it. That's the only time it lags.
Well, looks like we do have a couple guys in the waiting room. We got our winner. We got P2.
Yeah, get Marty and Dash. Same time. We need a D for C interview.
So we'll snag up old Matt McDonald. Matt got Jonathan, Michael, and Kevin here in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, how you guys doing?
I mean, you just put on, one heck of a show. No pitting at all. Just keep driving.
Yeah, I felt pretty good on the restarts, controlling the restarts, and the other thing too is I early on we've had that first long run. I was, I guess, longest run I think we had was 15 laps, but I was pretty patient with the tires just because I was like, if this goes the way it did last time, I remember I think Tanner Coster won and he didn't pit, and I was like, I don't think we're gonna need to if it's doing the same thing, and so I kind of held the car out, and I ended up running the fastest lap on lap 105, I think. So I knew we had tires. I knew that we could just kind of hang out, and there's a huge advantage to getting the control on the restart and that inside lane.
It seemed like that inside lane, everybody wanted it. Seemed like the best place to be. The outside lane just couldn't really hang first few laps. Maybe a little bit later in a run if we had it, it might have come in. But, I was saying it during the broadcast, Tanner Coster, like you were saying, did the same thing last time. And I was wondering if you were going to come in eventually, but we just kept getting the cautions and wondering how much fuel did you even have left?
I think the final tally I had was 6 green flag laps I had left.
Wow, that's still a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say we were okay. I knew once we got to a spot, I was like, we're fine even with the green white checkers.
Mhm.
I was definitely worried. There was a couple of cautions there where I was all of a sudden like, you know what, maybe everyone's gonna settle down,
Yeah.
and I'll come in and I'll get fuel and get tires and see what kind of happens. But I again I was like, you know what, nah, we're here to win a race. So if I lose the race because we run out of fuel, then so be it.
And this is your second win in a row, right?
Yeah. The other one's a little bit different than this one.
Yeah.
But the Talladega one will go down in infamy. But yeah, this we were fast here last time we were here in Martinsville too. We just got in some unfortunate accidents, but yeah, I knew we were gonna have a good truck, and we had a shot at winning, and I was happy to kind of stick to the lead and stay out of the stuff, which was lucky to a point too as well. Thanks to again Mark Hofield and Charles Irwin always race clean, and both of them I knew when we were having restarts stuff like that they're both very reasonable with that, and they were good to run around.
It was a really fun one to watch. We were definitely starting to question, or I questioned a little bit, if you could make it with all the yellows, but then Matt referenced the last race where that happened and worked. So I don't think anybody really had anything for you with all the yellows that kept coming out. Nobody had anything on a restart. I think 2 restarts before the last, Irwin had a little bit of a stick on the outside, but there's just nothing that could beat, the way you were wrapping the bottom.
No, yeah, the truck felt great, and that was again, it felt good. I knew I trusted it, and so that's where yeah, I felt pretty confident on the idea that we were gonna have a shot at taking home a victory once we kind of got control of the restarts and control of the field.
Well, congratulations on a win here. Led a crap ton of laps, had the fastest lap.
He's
You
doing
know,
fucking
just
cool.
really great show.
Yeah, thanks again, you guys, for streaming it, and looking forward again to next week and see who takes home the championship.
Yeah, if you got any shout outs, go ahead and give them.
Yeah, of course. Again, give a shout out to my family, who lets me drive at night, which is always awesome. And then, of course, actually to all the WR guys, I feel like it's been like forever now that I've been a part of this, and so it's super fun to run with a lot of these guys, even though I know sometimes we get a little heated. It's fun just to kind of show up on Tuesday night and race, be competitive, and see what happens. So always appreciate the guys at WRL for what they do, and invite me on however many years ago it was now, and looking forward to whatever comes up next.
Absolutely. Again, congrats on the win. You have yourself a great night.
Thanks, you guys as well.
Was our race winner Matt McDonald, took it from pole, most laps led, fastest lap, brought home the checkered flag. Just dominance over the night.
Yeah, all those cautions. I mean, what's gonna happen? It's tough to pass. You got to kind of get a little bit of a longer run to get the passes in, especially for the lead. But good run by him, and grab our second place driver, Charles Irwin.
Charles, you get Jonathan Michael in the booth. Got a copy?
What's up? What's up?
Hey, your final four bound. Solid P2 audio. You've squeaked your way up. Got enough points there over the couple other guys, and you're heading to next week with a chance at a championship. How does that feel?
That just feels great. All the hard work we've put in this season, and just time we spent on the sim, logging laps, getting in sessions, and putting track time in. And for myself, being first season, getting iRacing at the very end of last year, I know just to see how far it goes for me, it's just so awesome, and I can't thank my teammates enough. So.
It's kind of looking a little scary there. The last few cautions, Anthony Camerata making a run up there. You guys only separated by 3 points. I think you guys got just about side by side, and then he fell back. And early on, you were in some wrecks there and found yourself in second, and kind of rode there the whole night.
Yeah, there was some definite attrition that we had to, or at least I had to face in the early stages of that one. But we were committed to the strategy, committed to knowing that there were going to be more cautions, and I was kind of calm and collected about it. I wasn't too worked up, so I was just we were just committed. Matt was really helpful. Same with Turf, with getting me, talking me through it and stuff, and that just helped me get back up to the front there. I got a good restart later, and I was able to, take that opportunity to the front.
You got one more week left in the season, and you get to be one of the four going for the championship. So, how do you feel about Phoenix?
I've raced the legacy track that you get with the free game, and I like that track. I don't know about the smoother track, but I'm assuming I like it. I mean, I like short tracks, so it's sort of, Richmond-esque. So maybe I'll like it, find some speed. So yeah, I just got to stay calm and collected and log laps this week, in this next week. So yeah.
Absolutely. Well, if you got any shout outs, go ahead and give them.
Yeah, I'd just like to shout out Matt McDonald and Ryan O'Toole, my two teammates, for really talking me through tonight and helping me get up to second, third, and keeping me up there and helping me with restarts and whatnot. So being a good teammate, and I'd just like to thank Mark Cofield and Kevin Stanley, and pretty much everyone else, almost everybody else, pretty much raced me clean out there tonight. So I was grateful for that. Grateful for Tony as well to race me clean. He could have definitely sent it on me at one point. So you know, he's got a classy attitude on the track. So just grateful for that, and grateful for everybody else race me clean as well. So yeah.
Really well, solid finish from you. Congratulations on that, and go have yourself a good night. We'll see you next week.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Sweet.
So I'm not seeing third place finisher Mark Cofield anywhere.
Yeah, because Mark got off pretty quick. Started P3, finished P3, race ended, and he got out of here. Did what he needed to do. Doesn't look like we're gonna get an interview this week.
Well, I mean, we could grab Javier Zapata. He's our. Oh,
I mean, yeah, we can get Zapata. You
just
said
left.
points. What? Wilmore?
I guess Javier Zapata just left his Discord. So I mean, if Wilmore is the other one, we can grab him. He's still around.
Wilmore was official there, Kevin. No, he's gone too.
Nah, we'll talk to him. I think so. I think he was the one. I think it was him, Ayers.
Well, Jonathan and Michael in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey,
Hey, man.
as
Final 4 round.
yeah, think you're in.
Yeah, it looks like it.
It was close there at the end. We knew you were 13 points good and fell back to 11th. Close one there. Probably a little closer than you would have liked points wise.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was running good most of the night, and then, just got turned, and the usual Martinsville stuff, and then tried to make passes at the end. I thought I was making the corner, wrapping the bottom, and then next thing, the five's around. I got spun multiple times, so it's a game. We'll see how next week goes. I got a teammate with Hoff that we can work together and do what we need to do, and go from there.
Well, you seemed like you were pretty good at avoiding the wrecks. The later half of the race seemed like they all happened right in front of you, and you just seemed to snake your way around them. Going into the Champ 4, I mean, it's a good season all around. Tonight was chaotic all around. I mean, it was really anybody's to fall in or out of the Champ 4. Good battles throughout, and I mean, what I did want to ask, right? On restarts, it seemed like you really struggled getting the power down. Was it just that outside line that had problems, or?
I'm not entirely sure. It just seemed like I would wheel spin every time. One time I accidentally left it in fourth and screwed my teammate a little bit, so I apologize for that. And it just I was trying to be aggressive to get ahead, to try to not do anything wrong, but maybe pin them down to the curb a little bit, get the runoff to get the lead.
Right.
And it just never worked. I was too aggressive on the start every time. Just would wheel spin it or leave it in the wrong gear, or just not get going, and then it would end up screwing myself. And then if I would get in the middle, I could, especially as soon as I get on the bottom, I could make passes. It's just once you got up to them top couple, especially people fighting with how aggressive some of them can be. I can be too. You just don't know when you're going to go around, or when you're going to do it to yourself, or what's going to happen.
Yeah, well, we got an exciting race coming up next week. Looking forward to seeing who becomes the champion. You definitely have the speed to do it. We've been watching you all season, and when things don't go crazy, you definitely have an upfront truck, especially in the back half of the race. We've talked about it, multiple times. That
Called you the
like
closer.
To be a closer.
Yeah, I like to stay out of trouble. I mean, at the end of this one, I thought I had a good shot at the top 5, and once the 37 ran around, I just got pinned against the wall and destroyed it. And I was driving with the wheel upside down just to finish the race. So, but next week, try to keep out of trouble. Try not to rough up anybody that's in the playoffs to get roughed up back and cause problems there. Just run my race and be where I need to be and try to stay ahead of the other three.
Yeah, that's all you can do. And Phoenix should be a good track for it. I think real life it's hard to pass, but I think in iRacing can really put on a good show if it stays green and have some good green flag runs, have some strategy. So I think it's still anybody's race, and good luck next week.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Caution-filled kind of bumper car race tonight. Still some good battles that went on. People that needed to get positions and points for the playoffs. Now we go to Phoenix next week for the championship race as we wrap up this season that I've enjoyed being a part of since week 2. Wasn't around for their Daytona race, but we came in here at their Atlanta race and I'm broadcasting since.
One special request. Can we get Austin an interview for his first P5?
Oh, Austin Mioto with the P5, biggest mover of the day, or second biggest mover of the day. Is he around?
There he is. Yeah, I just drug him down.
There we go.
Austin, Jonathan, and Michael in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, P5, really solid finish from you. We saw some.
No.
I don't know if we'd say some. We'd say
Yeah,
quite a few times.
I was going to say, you can't say some. It seemed like every other caution he was involved.
But you brought it back up to P5. You stayed in it. I know a lot of racers that would have given in, parked it for the night. Not tried to fix anything and just threw in the towel. But I mean, you stayed out there. You got the top 5. That's impressive. That shows some. What's the word I'm looking for? Some grit.
Grit.
That's the word I use. to stay in it that long and to bring home a solid finish.
Yeah, it just like I don't know. I was clean for like the first 40, 50 laps, and then I feel like every time I'd get off the corner and hit it, it would just want to go around. And so I was like, I'm gonna go change the tires, and hopefully that will fix the problem. It did not. It made it worse. So I don't know. I'm still learning on this stuff. I started like half of the year, and I play rookie street stocks. I've never been able to do all this. So it's just it's a huge different game. I'm trying to stay in it as much as I can every race. Of course, I make silly mistakes like last week, speeding in the pits, and I was running second. I probably wouldn't have stayed there, but it's still one of those things where it just hurt because I was finally doing decent, and then that had to happen.
Was this this your first top 5 of the season?
It's first top 5. I've had a couple top 10s, but it's the first top 5.
Nice.
Yeah, it felt good. I know I screwed up a lot during the race, but I can't think. Like Mark Cofield, he's messaging me trying to help me. Everybody's leading a hand and trying to help me through this. When there's a lot of times where I just want to give up, but I just keep fighting and trying to make it happen.
Looks like it's definitely paying off. Top 5 here at Martinsville. You'll be here in Phoenix next week?
Yep, that's the plan. Hopefully I can stay going straight one more time.
I hope so too. It'd be great to see you up here in the top 10, maybe even another top 5 if you get lucky, but great to see you rolling around the track.
I was pretty upset about Talladega because
yeah.
if I wasn't 2 laps down, man, I don't know how I missed that wreck, but I was like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. So yeah, that one upset me, but yeah, I'm just trying, man. Like hopefully it keeps getting better. I've been trying to race every day and just trying to keep going. So,
well, you got your top 5. We'll give you a shout out this time. Got any shout outs you want to give?
Oh, of course, Stanley Motorsports. Kevin, Jeffrey, and Nick. Nick gets on with me during practice time right at the beginning and trying to help. Kevin for letting me do this and bully me the whole time. And of course, Jeffrey. Jeffrey just you know, I know he gets mad sometimes, but he a lot of the times throughout the week we jump on and race together, and he kind of helps me, and we practice. Of course, my family, my wife, you know, the kids start school tomorrow, and she put them all to bed, and I heard her screaming up there, and I'm like, please don't come down here and get me. Like
Yeah.
I just want to race. But
Uh,
yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Like just my family and Stanley Motorsports. I mean, those are the ones that help me get through it every time, and of course everybody else that jumps in. Like I said, Mark and you know Jade and all the guys that just jump in and try to either help me or if I hit them on accident, because I do that a lot apparently. I'm just happy that they are understanding and they're trying to help me learn too.
well, Kevin, you got anything else to add?
Proud of you. So inspirational.
An emotional team owner in Kevin Stanley tonight.
He's gonna win next year.
That's my goal. If we do this, if you guys do this again, I'm just gonna keep on hitting
We're
these
gonna make
tracks.
sure of it. Just work on pit stops for the restrictor plates. We got you.
Yeah, I feel like Nicholas always says. He said, you're not gonna get better just if you race on race nights. You have to have the seat time to get better. So, Nick pushing me to race. He already messaged me, hey, or told me like, hey, what time are you racing tomorrow? Like, he's trying to get me as much seat time as he can. Unfortunately, I'm decently busy myself, so it's kind of hard to race, every single day. But I'm trying to just so I can get more seat time and understand the trucks more, and of course the ARCA tomorrow. So.
Dot.
But yeah, that's everything. I can mic drop and head out of your way.
Solid finish from you. Looking forward to seeing you next week, and you have yourself a good night.
All right, you too. Thank you guys.
He told me he didn't want one, so that's why I asked.
Well,
Okay.
I think that's just gonna about do it. I don't got any more to add unless either of you two do.
I mean, we'll just do the.
Ciao.
I hope we finish in second next week by like three thousandths of a second.
As long as one of the final four finishes, that's a finishing post. I'm fine with finishing in second.
Well, ready for the send off?
No, we have to do our through the field, our race results. Not done that yet. Then we're good to go.
Go for it. We'll do that as part of our send off. Bring up the results.
All right, race results are up. First place, Matt McDonald, not pitting once during the race, gonna win the race off that strategy. Second, Charles Irwin. Third, Mark Cofield. Fourth, Jeffrey Smith. Fifth, Austin Mioto. Sixth, Keith Ayers, and seventh, Kevin Stanley Jr.
I can't see the results, so please finish the field.
And as I am now Jonathan Casper doing the back half of the field, 8th, Ryan O'Toole, 9th, Javier Zapata, 10th, Anthony Camerata, 11th, Jade Feathers, 12th, Will Moore, and 13th, Nicholas Lamb.
That was our results from the last race in the round of 8. One more week to go next week, Championship 4. This has been the MC Motorsports Broadcasting with Worldwide Racing League, their first truck season. I'll see everyone next week. Good night.